What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Things in the shop are getting extra exciting. I just got some more parts in. If you guys have been following the build, you know I've been getting tons of stuff in. I just got my stuff in from Fourwerx and I wanted to share that experience with you guys. So let's crack this box open. So you can see that Fourwerx has put in some extra special effort to making sure that this package was handled with care during the shipment process. They've even gone as far as putting a sticker on here that warns you when using sharp objects to be extra careful so that you don't damage the product. So we've got two things in here. This is the seat cover. Ooh, baby. And here's that hood. That is a nice piece right there. See that aluminum grill on the front, which we're actually going to be modifying and powder coating. This thing is premium, man. It feels excellent. The finish is perfect. I'm really excited to see what this looks like on the plastics. So this hood is absolutely excellent. I have not had any parts from Fourwerx yet. I've seen them on other quads. When we were at DBC Racing, saw a lot of their quads have a lot of Fourwerx parts on them. The only carbon fiber hoods that I've ever run before are Quad Tech, and it was back in the day. Blake had told me that Fourwerx was the way to go. So I listened to Blake, and sure enough, man, I'm happy with this decision. This thing, if you buy one of these, you're not gonna be disappointed. That's all I can tell you. And I'll show you in a second what they look like on the Maier plastics. In fact, I'm actually gonna roll that right here so you guys can get an idea of what the color scheme is gonna look like on this thing. Here is our seat cover. Really happy with the way this turned out. This is also from Fourwerx. It is a custom seat cover. You can see right on there, it says Patriot M309R. So this is specifically made for this build. This was a custom color made just for this build. And I'm gonna put this up against the plastics also, and you guys will see this color scheme is coming together. Once we get the graphics on there, man, this thing is gonna look really, really awesome. And you know what else is sick? On the back of this seat, the Fourwerx logo actually looks like an American flag. Really gonna go with this build perfectly. And what's nice also, they included this little card in here. It says seat care install instructions. So it's just another one of those steps that companies are taking. Fourwerx is no exception, man. They're definitely going above and beyond to make sure that your product comes in the box in perfect shape, and they're making sure you know how to install the products. And if you don't, you got it right here. Right here on the card, it says install seat from rear to front, using 3/8 inch staples. Always install over good non-worn foam. Do not use commercial degreaser as cleaner. Hand wash with soap and water. Do not power wash directly on custom sides. Excess direct sunlight can fade bright colors. Call or email with other questions. Fourwerx. So excellent that they're including stuff like that. And the material on this seat feels premium. I'm sure it's durable and that it's going to hold up. The ribs on the back, it's almost like a canvas feeling, so that should be super durable. I can't wait to get this thing on the seat. We will have a seat covering video, and there is a good amount of foam padding under here, so this is going to make the seat a little bit softer, and I'm sure that'll add to the comfort as well. And it's very grippy, definitely a gripper material, so this is going to be awesome to run. Now there is one modification we're going to be doing to this hood. On this aluminum grill, I do plan to cut out this center portion. So it's essentially just going to be an aluminum frame, and I'm going to have that powder coated flat black most likely. And the reason that I'm doing that is because I like to add my own unique touch to things, and I do think that'll be a better look for this build. So we're going to go ahead and modify that grill right now. All right, so let's not waste any time. So you can see this is held on by 4 bolts. Should be really easy to remove. I'm going to be really careful not to scratch anything. That's why we got the foam out. It's actually the packing that came with this hood. Kind of weird. All right, well, I gave this thing a closer look, and if you look around the threads, you can see there's some kind of Loctite. I don't know if they're glued. Hopefully not. So I'm gonna try removing these nuts by hand, and we'll see. I'll get them off. So those actually came off pretty easily. It just felt a little weird with the impact and I didn't want to force anything. And there's a look at that hood without the grill. All right, so I have the grill in the vise here. We got a rag in here to prevent scratches. And this isn't very tight. It's just tight enough so that it doesn't move. But the last thing we want to do is crush or warp this thing. So this is a pretty easy task. I have a little cutoff wheel here with the Dremel, and we're just going to cut out the center portion. Some of you guys are probably going to be at home screaming, saying that I'm defacing this, but it's going to look, I think it's going to look great when it's done, and it'll have a nice custom touch. And if it looks like crap, guys, I can always order a new grill. All right, so that came out pretty nice. I left a little bit of extra so that we wouldn't go too far. And what we're gonna do is we'll use a file. Got a rat tail and a half moon. We'll see if we can clean that up and make it look real nice. And I also did it, if you guys didn't notice, I did the backside so that if we had any mishaps, I don't know if you saw, there was one little spot where the sanding or the cutting wheel skipped. It's on the back side, so we don't really see it. And I also have this little sanding drum, which I might use to help clean these up. So there it is, guys. That came out pretty nicely if you ask me. I cleaned up the edges with a little bit of 320 grit sandpaper. Doesn't look like there's any imperfections or anything. You can see there is a small amount of carbon fiber that comes through on these bottom portions. So this isn't bolted down, I just kind of laid it in there. So what I'm gonna do is put a little bit of masking tape over those areas and mark with a Sharpie how much needs to be trimmed off. And we'll use a sanding drum to just kind of sand away that little portion there. All right, no problem there. Now there is no overhang of that carbon fiber. And here's the real curveball. Boom! I've got this grill mesh that I actually used on my old Buick. So I'm gonna cut out the correct size and we're gonna put grill mesh behind here. All right, now I've already got this taped off where I want the section of grill to be. And I chose to have these holes going this way because the hood is long this way. If I went this way and had the mesh this way, I just don't think it would be quite as aesthetically pleasing. I think it would still look good. But like I said, because the shape of the hood is almost like this, I think it's gonna look good going this way. All right, so there is our plastic grill, cut out fairly easy. So that's gonna go back here like that. And then our original grill is gonna go like so. And then keep in mind, this will be flat black. And what I'm gonna do is, this will be powder coated, but for purposes of this video, I'm just gonna flash this real quick with some flat black and let it dry for 15 minutes. And then we will throw it on. I'm gonna use these 832 screws that I have on hand. I don't, because they need to be a little bit longer in order to bolt on that grill. But we'll get an idea of what this thing's gonna look like. right, guys, there it is. I think that came out really, really nice. I think that looks better than it did before. And I think it's going to go with this build really, really nicely. You see what I mean about the way that the grill is oriented? It kind of goes with the shape of the overall hood. I'll show you the underside. Just got some washers back there. And the nuts, that thing should be nice and solid. And we will switch out these screws. Unless they're stainless. If these are stainless, I might leave them. But I'll probably get some hex screws, little Allen heads up there. And I'm going to pull this off and have it powder coated flat black so it's a little bit more durable. But I think it came out great. All right, guys, I am really happy with the way this grill turned out. I think it looks excellent. I think it's going to go with this build really well. If you think it looks like crap and you think I totally defaced this Fourwerx hood, let me know in the comments section below. But if you think it looks so awesome that Fourwerx should actually offer this as an option, let me know that in the comments section below too. Now, I would be putting this seat cover on today, but I don't have 3/8 inch staples, so we'll do that in another video. Now, if you guys are interested in getting one of these hoods or one of these seat covers for yourself, you can get them directly through Fourwerx at fourwerx.com, or you can hit up Blake at DBC Racing, and they can get you hooked up as well. So that's going to be it for this one, guys. I appreciate everybody watching my videos. Please give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this content, and make sure to follow me on Instagram at Sabo350. And until the next video, guys, I will see you then. It's going to be on the CEO cylinder from ESR. It's going to be awesome, and it's going to be this Friday, so I'll see you then, guys. Peace out.